Hello and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. We get we get to talk to Emmy some more.
Yes.
Her bright, smiling face. I forgot if I read this or not. So,
Uh,
if you've been waiting, I will now read the line. I noticed that my heart seems to have sped up, probably due to Emmy's proximity to me. That hint of strawberries again. I can't help but grin as I gaze down at her. She's happy again.
hey, Hisao,
Hmm?
if you're going to kiss me, you should probably do it soon. I think the lunch bell is about to ring.
Let's grind to a sudden halt. Is she gonna say I'm kidding?
I have a feeling, yes.
Pretty sure my mouth is hanging open in shock. All I imagine to is I strangled, huh? This amuses Emmy even more.
You were thinking about it, weren't you?
She sits up, bringing her face level with mine.
I'd probably enjoy it, you know. You're really.
Are we dreaming? What's going on here?
I mean, Emmy is just kind of forward. It wouldn't surprise me too much. Well,
She briefly composes herself, looking like she's about to say something important.
if you hadn't figured it out by now, I think I've developed a bit of a crush on you. You're going to have to do something about that.
This time her grin short circuits several important thought processes. At some point I turn towards her, and at another point her arms move to around my neck. At yet another, my arms wrap around her waist. See, wasn't it worth waiting for this episode?
And you know what? You actually did stop it at the perfect time.
Yep. Thank you. I'll be damned if I could tell precisely when that happened. Because at that moment, there's only a voice in the back of my head yelling at me to kiss her. I look into Emmy's eyes. There it is. The thing I saw yesterday on the bed. It's there again. It suddenly strikes me that she's worried that I will reject her. What a silly worry for her to have. Then I wake up. Okay.
It would have been. I'd give them a lot of props if this was all a dream. I
Really? Why?
think it'd be hilarious
Oh, okay.
to just torture Hisao a little bit.
It's just such a like a trope to something really good happens and then you wake up, and
Yeah.
especially when it happen, if it feels like this happened too early to me.
It seemed very sudden, but Emmy is like very forward and kind of pushy, so it kind of makes sense to me.
Look, a new picture.
New picture.
Her lips taste faintly of strawberries. She leans into the kiss and her arms tighten around the back of my head, making sure that I don't pull away. Not that there was any danger of that. There's a churning feeling in my gut. The world falls away. There's just me and her and this bench. I almost said beach. My arms tighten, drawing her waist closer, entranced by the feel of her. I inhale her scent. My mind tries desperately to memorize everything about how she tastes, how she smells, how she feels. The ringing of the bell snaps us both back to reality, and we break the kiss. I mean, I still thought they were gonna wake up, or he was gonna wake up. When the bell rang, I was like, ugh. I suddenly shake off my daydream or something like that. And
It turns out we fell asleep on the roof.
yeah, Emmy's cheeks are slightly flushed, and she seems to be catching her breath. In her defense, so am I. We stand there for a few moments, trying to wrap our heads around what we've just done. Emmy is the first to break the silence.
So, want to grab dinner after I'm done with practice?
What a coincidence. I was going to ask you the same thing. Oh, actually, I suppose it was going to come some kind of proper date on the weekend or something, but the thought was there, I think. Oh, she shoved me. Okay. Emmy gives a playful shove. She likes to, she's very handsy. I don't know what else to call it.
Pushy.
Very physical, I guess.
Yeah.
She likes to, like, shove you and push you around and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, right. You were still in shock from how incredibly awesome I am at kissing.
We began to head down the stairs back to our respective classrooms. This still seems like it's happening early to me because I think we're in Act 2, and I just don't
What?
know. I don't know where it's gonna go from here.
I mean, Act 4 could be just like an epilogue, basically. Act 4 could be like super short.
But we still have all of Act 3, and we're not done with Act 2.
I mean, this could be basically the end of Act 2 right here.
Yeah, let's find out.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't see you talking immediately afterwards either.
That I didn't. See you after practice, Sal.
Leans in quickly and gives me a quick kiss in the middle of the hallway, sending me into another brief state of mental freefall. As I head into my classroom, a giggling Misha greets me. All right.
Why, Michan, you romantic you. Did you confess on the rooftop? Did you?
Actually, it's none of your fucking business. Actually, I think it was the other way around.
I would have been one to just been like, hey, did you know it's none of your business?
Yeah. This sends Misha into a fresh fit of laughter.
Young love is so unpredictable, isn't it?
No, you were right. It's predictable.
Yeah, I wanted to say predictable.
Yeah.
I wanted to, but I was like, I gotta read the line.
I suppose I should have expected her to tease me over this. I guess. Before I can really respond, Mutau's entered the room and Misha skips off to her seat, giggling all the while. I
Isn't
suspect
she
that.
always giggling?
Isn't she usually going muhaha?
Yeah.
I don't think of that as a giggle.
I guess you're right, yeah.
I suspect that I'll get a lot of that sort of conversation now, especially seeing as how Emmy kissed me right in the middle of the hall. But somehow I don't care about that. For the first time since arriving here, my heart feels light. Do you watch any, like, romantic type anime, or is that, like, not your thing? Hey, look, a new act.
Finally, a new act. I do. It's pretty rare that I do. It's difficult for me to find one that I enjoy, but I found a few.
Yeah, I've watched a few, but they're all high school things now, and everything.
Yeah.
Most anime are like high school stuff like that, but
Yeah, pretty much. I found one in high school that I really enjoyed called Toradora, but that was a lot of the reason that I enjoyed that was not the romance. That was just because it was genuinely funny.
yeah.
So I treated it more like a comedy show more than I did like a romance anime.
Do you think you've seen Fruits Basket, right?
Yeah, the new one is really good.
I just watched the first episode of the second season.
Okay.
Is that considered a romance thing?
It's considered slice of life, which generally includes romance.
Okay.
Most slice of life anime include romance.
I do enjoy that one.
So yeah, and Fruits Basket is really good too. Yeah.
My head's in a spin all through Mutau's class. I'm going to have dinner with Emmy.
Hey,
She wants to be my girlfriend.
You should pay attention to class.
I never did. I mean, it's hard for me to pay attention now. When I was a kid and going to school, I had no interest in school at all. High school. Um, yeah, my head would be all over the place, but not where it's supposed to be during a class, anyways. A date, and then she kissed me. That kiss, I keep going back to it, playing it over and over again in my mind. Everything about that moment felt so right. My mind drifts off, lost in thought of Emmy.
Nick, hi. Hello.
I knew this was gonna happen.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. That's why I said you should pay attention to class.
It seems like I drifted a bit too far. Huh? What? Usually in these things, it's like in anime, it's like they say like, "Hey, what's the answer to this question?" And you're like, "Huh?"
Yeah. Does that ever actually happen to you, by the way, where someone like, where a teacher was like, "Hey, Gary, what's the answer to this math equation?" And you were just totally zoned out.
I don't think so.
I
which is unusual because I was never paying attention, so seems like it would have happened at some point. But I managed to look like I was paying attention, I guess.
at the very least, you tried to answer the question, which made you look like you were paying attention. Yeah, I don't think that's happened to me, but I was in homeschool for the majority of my life, so I was very much just doing homework. Egad, you've contracted some kind of amnesia. Someone get the nurse.
Us chuckles at Mutau's antics. Oh, okay. Sorry, sir.
Won't happen again and all that, right?
Exactly. Mutou brightens considerably.
Well, lovely to hear. I'd hate to have my star pupil slacking off after all.
I've been doing well, but I hardly qualify as a star pupil, I think. I'm fairly certain that this class is the sort that everyone does well in. It's just memorizing formulas. What class is this? Have they said?
That is a good question.
Science of some sort?
I think he does science class, yeah. Oh, his first name is Akio. That does not help. Occupation teacher.
I wonder if they even have any idea, or if they just are keeping that vague.
Yeah, that's a good question. I have no idea. That's all it is. That's all it is.
That's not super important, I guess. I just crossed my mind that we don't really.
Oh, yeah, both homeroom and science teacher.
Okay.
There we go.
So some kind of science.
Yeah, probably chemistry, because I think Hisao mentioned chemistry at one point.
Mentioned formulas.
Yeah.
True to my word, I managed to pay attention for the rest of my class.
You did it, Hisao. Good job. Nakai, may I have a word with you?
I wonder if I'm in trouble for earlier. Sure. Am I in trouble? Mutou looks genuinely confused for a moment.
Beg your pardon?
He tilts his head to one side and thinks for a moment.
Oh, no. You're not in any sort of trouble. There's just a question I wanted to ask you.
What's that?
Nothing terrible. I was just wondering what your plans are for after graduation. Are you going to university?
Everybody else in the world calls it university, right?
Yeah, everywhere that's not America.
instead of saying going to college.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Which is weird to me.
it just seems like that means there's only one university for them. That's the way it sounds, you know?
I wonder if that's the case, if there's just like one big university per area. Since I think like in other countries aren't like colleges / universities like even more government funded and regulated by the government than here in America.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think there's like private colleges like here.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I guess I can't really see a reason not to. Oh, that's a good reason.
Given any thought to what you'll study?
No clue. Not really, no. I figure I'll come up with something when I get there. Mutou laughs.
Taking things as they come, eh? I'd argue against it, but that's how I did things when I went to university.
Yeah, me too.
Well, not really.
Oh,
I knew I'd go into science, just wasn't sure which one. Ended up with physics, but could just as well have gone for astronomy or what have you. Actually, I did go for chemistry first, but there were all sorts of things.
Mutou trails off and frowns slightly. It takes a minute for him to recover his train of thought, and I wait patiently for him to continue.
So anyway, I did a lot of physics as well, because I'm interested in that. But I wasn't sure if it was for me. Physics is actually kind of fun to learn. So I went back to chemistry, and here we are, yes?
I was just as bad at science as I was at math.
It's a little, I have a harder time with math than I do science, because a lot of science is just like general rules. This reacts this way, this reacts the other way.
Yeah.
Unless we're talking about physics. In that case, physics is fun, but I suck at it because physics is a lot of math.
He smiles at me enthusiastically as if waiting for me to confirm that yes, here is where we are. Somehow I get the feeling that Mutou had a plan for this conversation, but I'll be damned if I can figure it out. I'm sorry I'm not following you. Mutou frowns and rubs his chin a bit, looking perplexed. He then snaps his fingers as if he remembered what the point of all this was.
Right! Yes! You.
Me?
I love Mutou. He's so scatterbrained. Like, he's definitely trying his best here, but he does not know how to approach people. Yes, you should look into studying one of the sciences.
Because I like science, yeah, you should do it too.
You're fantastic at it.
It means I will stay far away from science.
Unless you'd rather just go into math.
Oh, that's one of my only choices? I just said I suck at both.
I think you suck at bells, but it seems like Hasao's great.
Yeah. Mutou makes a sour face, though you would never know it because his expression doesn't change at all.
Yeah. Not a big fan of straight math. I always like the experiments more than the proofs.
You're saying I should study science at university? Mutou seems thrown off balance by my question.
Well, sort of. You could always join the science club. Trouble is, there's not actually a science club.
That's a big problem.
Yeah. But there could be. You could even be a charter member. A founding father. Of course, you'd need to find other members.
Too much work.
Well, only if you wanted to. We could just start up with the two of us.
Oh, he's joining?
And,
Doesn't he start it?
I could give you things to read and we could talk about them.
Yes, let's do extra work after school.
And I can help you get ready for university and such as well. I think he's basically offering to tutor you.
Yeah, I guess so.
Wait!
But he already said that we do really well at it, so...
Yeah.
Mutou rummages around in his briefcase and tosses me a book.
Read that. If it's interesting, then we can talk about it.
Brief History of Time? I don't know if I recall if I actually want to read this, but Mutou seems pretty excited about it. What's it about?
Time, space time, black holes and such. Oh, not the black holes again. Not the black holes.
Time travel?
Time travel. I want out. And it's not that dense, just to see if that sort of thing's interesting for you. You understand? Hang around after class and we can either discuss it, or I can show you how to make explosives in the lab. Ooh!
Well, that changes things.
Yeah. I'm suddenly very interested.
He waves a hand at my quizzical expression.
Joking. Oh. Sorry. Ah, you
man.
bastard. Still, I've kept you here long enough for now. Think about science as a career path, Nakai. I think you'd enjoy it.
Yeah, I will. Thank you for the book. Okay, that's a good spot.
Yeah, I think so too.
We'll stop for there. We just got through a bunch of stuff today. I'm happy with that.
Happy with getting to a new act.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad. I'm gonna have to change the picture on my thumbnail, but still, I'm glad.
Yeah, me too.
I enjoyed. Hope everyone enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
See you in the next one.